Sporefall? More like Borefall, am I right, guys? All right, well, this is a guide for Sporefall, the new one boss raid coming in 11.0.7. Basically, it is a very simple fight. It is the equivalent of like a Fallen King or Dragon's level boss, Chimeras. It should not be very challenging for most guilds. There's about 3 mechanics, and we're going to go over 2 strategies really quick. So the fight starts. Well, we're just going to pull them into the middle. Ranged are going to kind of chill by the entrance, similar to how Liquid is here. They keep the boss in the middle. Ranged are kind of just chilling, doing their damage. At about 30 seconds into the fight, he's going to spawn 3 sets of ads. So we're going to get Funglings, we're going to get Sporelings, and we're going to get the Spore Cap, which is the caster. So the Spore Cap cannot be moved. He's hard rooted in place. So we are going to have the melee move to the Spore Cap with the boss every time. The Spore Cap does a cast called Poison Burst, which has to get kicked. It will kill the raid. It's a very slow cast, and we shouldn't really need to assign kicks for it. If it becomes a problem, we can, but it should be pretty simple to just kick it while we're killing it, especially the first one with the melee on top of it. The Sporeling and the Fungling each fixate random players. The Sporeling fixate tether is green, and the Fungling fixate tether is red. So that's kind of the in-game way of showing you which one you are fixated to. I'm sure there's going to be some like NSRT or Private Aura or Weak Aura things for helping you realize you're fixated. But in-game, that's how you're supposed to tell. When you are fixated, if you are a Fungling, you are going to the ranged. The ranged are going to move to the middle of the room as soon as the ad spawns happen. As the boss gets moved to the poison, but the caster, and you can see it here. So Rotmire is doing his thing. We're going to get this Awakened Fungi cast, which shows all the spawns. You can quickly identify the Spore Cap spawn as soon as this starts casting by this. It's kind of behind his buffs here, but it's a white circle as opposed to the green circles, which is the normal ad spawn. So all these green circles are an ad spawn that's going to fixate a random player. And then this far mushroom white circle is the caster Spore Cap. So as soon as you see this, melee tanks were moving towards this caster. You can see that here. As soon as he finishes the cast, Scott's already on his way. Boss is getting moved. And we have our fixates. Now, they're using a weak aura that I think exists for Voracious to help show fixates. I do not have that on hand, but if you're looking for that, you can look in somewhere like the Raid League Exchange. It basically just puts who's being fixated by the target on the nameplate. Do I think you need that? Not necessarily. Is it helpful for like a raid leader? Yes. So all the Sporelings are getting dragged and gripped to the caster with the boss. We're DPSing down the Spore Cap, killing it as quickly as possible so we don't have to worry about the kicks, while the Funglings are being dragged out to range. Ideally, we want a DK going out to the ranged for this to help grip them and get them gathered quickly. If we have like a Blood DK tank, this would be a great moment for the tank to be off the boss and grouping them. The tank mechanic is just a swap on every cast kind of ability, similar to Allura. So the timings might be weird. You might have to figure it out. If we don't have a Blood DK, just sack one of your DPS DKs, make them go out there. They can just hit the Shroomlings or the Funglings. They can even hit the boss from ranged if they want. They should be fine. But having a DK go out, very helpful. Once they're brought out, we're just DPSing ads. Funglings should be dying. There's a Fungling on exile. He doesn't want to get off the boss, classic melee. But we're grouping them up. Once they die, they just leave a corpse on the ground, and then we get a second spawn. This is going to spawn 6 more, so 3 Funglings, 3 Sporelings, and then another caster. Now we're going to drop these on the same pile that we dropped the first set. That means this caster is going to be somewhere not with the boss with the melee. So ranged are focusing down this caster, and the ads are going to be grouped under us. If there's a melee that's fixated by a fungling, he'll be out here hitting the funglings. But ranged are hitting this caster, getting kicks on this caster. This is solely the ranged responsibility to get this killed as quickly as possible, and it should finish in the same way, right? You're just going to have a corpse out here. Now, throughout this phase, you're getting these green circle AoEs on random players. You can see them here. Dryny gets one, and 2 other players, Yargi and Cryptix, or Wolf Disco, and they drop this Festering Vine AoE. We're just bringing these to the wall. There's no specific rules for this. Just bring them out to the wall, drop them, then go back to the boss. Don't deny, space to melee. Don't drop it in melee. Don't drop it in range. Don't be in the way. Just get out with it. Not very hard. Now, after the second Awakened Fungi cast and mechanic finishes, he's going to do a big AoE channel, which causes all of the corpses of the mushrooms to turn into bursting shrooms. Now, these bursting shrooms have a cast, and they have to die before the cast goes off. However, the damage of a single mushroom, on PTR at least, was not very high. So you can see it here, Fungal Bloom going off. At the end of it, all of the corpses turn into shrooms. This whole time, he's channeling and doing big raid damage to the group. So this is where we're going to be thinking about using healer CDs. Now, there's going to be this one shroom from this caster that's way out here. Our current plan is to just leave it. It's just going to go off. It's going to do, medium raid damage. And we're just going to use light defensives and an AMZ in melee for when this goes off. And then once we all live that, the fight just resets. We're just cycling from there. We get the 2 mushroom spawns and 2 caster spawns into him bringing them back to life. And we keep doing that until he dies or we hit Enrage, which we should not be hitting Enrage. Now, if they change this to where one of these mushrooms going off is a big deal and will kill us no matter what, we have to change the strat a little bit. Now, we can either do the method strat, which is where they leave the funglings out here in ranged alive until the second caster spawn, and they bring all 6 funglings to the caster spawn so that there's still 2 piles of mushrooms. But I really don't want to do the strat because I love my melee players, and I do not want them to have to run out to range and AFK if they get a fungling fixated onto them on the first wave. That is one strategy we can do. I do not recommend it. The second strategy is just we hit this far mushroom, like ranged prio this first, melee cleave down theirs, and then move to the second pile. And we should have enough damage to do that too. There's a lot of ways we can handle this, but ideally we just let this one go off, focus boss damage, and live it with some light defensives.